I think they look at me like I'm some killer, you know, and I'm just like, that's what I need, that's what I need to portray to my adversary, that I'm gonna fucking kill you. I go out there, what's the guy do? He tries to kick me right in my leg, you know? And that's not a fair fight, man.
I've been cornering Nick since he started. He knows what I know I should do. He's my training partner. If he thought I should do something, he'd tell me specifically, but he didn't really. He just trained hard. He says, go beat that motherfucker's ass, don't be a bitch, you know?
There you go. Goodness. Nice job. Back to you, Kenny.
Hello. Do you ever wonder why the Diaz brothers run so much? You don't really see mixed martial artists dedicate so much time to marathons and triathlons, but Nick and his brother, they have that as a core element to their training. And if you look at their fighting styles, relentless pressure drowning their opponents in an ocean of punches, it's very unique, yet very signature to both of their styles. Why do they do this? It all started with Nick. He had a girlfriend he loved very much, but because he was so caught up with martial arts, dreaming of becoming a professional, and at the same time was kicked out of school, you know, he had zero interest in it, she started dating someone else, just to make him jealous. But eventually, she told Nick she loved him. This was the day before she walked onto the freeway and decided to kill herself. This person was someone Nick loved more than anything else. He didn't fit in at school, not being able to communicate like everyone else, ostracized, and he just didn't fit in with neither the gangbangers or the normal kids. The love of his life, her death, and the excruciating pain that followed, it acted like a catalyst to his vision. It flipped a switch in Nick, and he started running. He would run 7 miles and back to her grave just to promise her he would make it as a fighter. And it was like she knew. It felt like she was proud of him. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "I suss the power of a will by how much resistance, pain, torture it endures and knows how to turn to its advantage." Nick is a perfect depiction of this, a tormented soul who didn't cave to the pain but instead turned to its advantage with his brother Nate as his disciple. Adding all of this up, it now makes perfect sense as to why Nick fights the way he does. Growing up in a low-income environment flooded with criminals who either sought him or fought him, he flows as a mad samurai, trash-talking fists drowning you in the heart of a world that shaped him, his home, 209. Due to Nick's speech impediment, his inability to communicate himself articulately, we're so quick to judge and presume his intelligence based off of that up until he lets his hands go. And from then on, the man becomes a poet, shocking us with a level of articulation we would not have expected otherwise, seamlessly transitioning between combination to combination based upon what the moment calls, and like a mountain under rain, even the mightiest will crumble. He's not explosive, just persistent, and for that same reason, he can't apply a lot of wrestling pressure, but if it does go to the ground, his flexibility and IQ as a third-degree jiu-jitsu black belt will usually have you regret that it did. Nick appears to have an intuitive understanding of the mental game, perhaps as a result of all the street fights he's been in growing up. Through that experience, he naturally brings 209 into the arena, provoking you with taunts and trash talk, iconic for a Stockton slap, with Nate appearing to have learned this all the same.
Where I come from, you know, people like that get slapped.
Let's now take a look into one of Nick's most impressive victories. Nick uses his Stockton slap and it triggers a reaction from Robbie. Then notice how he raises his arm saying what? Robbie attempts to disregard it. Now, watch. Not only masking arm movement with the initial taunt, Nick throws a jab cross right before Robbie's back leg plants. This is called striking on the half beat. If you know your opponent's next move, you can intercept them before they complete it, as Nick does perfectly here, hurting Robbie. Nick smells blood and closes in. Slip cross hitting temple, but Robbie has a chin. The lead hook barely grazing. Nick throws a lead hook, and Robbie attempts to counter it by slipping to the outside then exploding back with a cross, almost like Mike Tyson minus the peekaboo. But Nick sees it and pulls away. Then Nick continues taunting, disheartening Robbie, and I guess the ref didn't like that and told him to stop. Here, Nick is walking Robbie down, traps his lead, which triggers Robbie to throw an overhand. Nick is known for being able to roll shots, and here, Before overhand connects, he pulls away from it, not only absorbing some of the blow, but grazing it off at an angle so he doesn't take the shot flush against the side of his head. He tries to come over the top with a wide lead hook, but he hits with his forearm instead and transitions to a collar tie. Meanwhile, Robbie's right is loaded and he smashes right up against chin. Nick couldn't roll this one, but it confirms what we already knew. He has a solid chin. He's virtually unfazed. Robbie comes in again, but Nick pulls away from it with a feel for Robbie's distance. He loads up his lead for a powerful jab against Robbie's momentum, sending him stiff. Respect to both of these fighters, it was quite the show. Definitely one of my favorite fights. What can we take away from this? As Rumi has said, the cure for pain is in the pain. With Nick, he didn't let his broken heart crush him, cripple him. Instead, he took his pain head on and used it to become greater than anyone could have ever imagined. If the love of your life leaves you, you don't fit in, you're called stupid one way or another if this world tries to push you down. Don't believe anything but what's in your heart and prove them all wrong. That's exactly what Nick did, and in doing so, he didn't end up fitting into a box of what he should be. He instead made a world for himself, a world that still has its ups and downs as an authentic warrior's path typically does. It's never going to be easy, but nonetheless, it's one he can call his own. And to that end, thank you, Nick, for this lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. It's Good Karma, and until next time, peace.